Draymond, Steve felt that was the team's best defensive outing so far, and doing things well on both ends from full game. How do you assess how that went?
I think we were pretty good defensively. In that first half, I think our energy just wasn't there, and so although you're getting stops and scoring, we're not in a rut, but we just don't feel like we're playing to the level that we're capable of, and mentally that can be a drag. And so I feel like guys in that first half were just feeling sorry for themselves, all of us. And, so they score a basket, it's worse than it seems, And I think in the second half we cleaned that up with our body language, our demeanor, and although everything didn't go right, we stayed the course. And that second unit brought great energy. Jamaica was incredible, and we were able to continue to keep it rolling. So I thought it was a pretty good defensive game for us, and saying that we can continue to get better.
Dre, I know you're more worried about how you guys are playing collectively, but Steve Kerr has made it a point the past couple games to say how well he thinks you are playing individually in the early going. You've always been very honest with your performance and evaluating yourself. How do you think you've been playing early on, and where do you think you're at?
I think I'm playing pretty well. Just trying to be more aggressive. Had some turnovers tonight I could take back. And now I think it's adding that fire onto the play. It's coming around, but overall I think I'm playing pretty good basketball, but, still rounding in the form, and like I said earlier, just expecting to have a big year.
I've seen teams try a lot of interesting stuff to slow you guys down. I don't think I recall them putting their point guard on you before like they did today with Kyle Lowry. What did you make of that, and how did y'all try to attack it?
I've seen it before. We just play. It's not trying to necessarily single it out or make something of it. We're going to play our game. I think when teams do stuff like that, they're doing it so you go away from what's naturally comfortable. Not necessarily that's going to stop what we do, but more so just want you to go away from it. So I think for me and for us, it's just continuing to do what we do regardless of what the matchups are. And there are ways to take advantage of things like that. And I think, late down the stretch I did, took advantage of one of those ways that you can take advantage of a team doing that.
4-point game when you and Clay and Steph re-entered in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes later, it's a double-digit lead. You've played with Steph all these years, but can you go back and did you get a chance to look at what he did to Tyler Hero on that 3-point shot that gave you guys? What were your thoughts on that particular play?
Shit, he almost fell. No, it was a great move though. It was a great move. Got to the spot that he wanted. Once he got Tyler to open his back leg up, he was kind of dead at that point. But Steph is incredible, and he's playing great to start this year off, which is expected. But as I've said before, he continues to improve, which is scary. That guy continues to get better, so it's pretty interesting and fun to watch.
How do you think he does that?
Shit, I wish I had the answer. It works though. I don't think it's any secret. He's put the work in on the court. He's put the work in the weight room. And, he's one of the more special talents we've seen come through this league.
See, practice day one this year, was he looking, does he just arrive at camp at this point looking like that?
Yeah. For the most part, he does.
Can we go back to J. Mike for a second? He might not be getting headlines right now, but what is he doing that has impressed you?
I think the energy that he brings is great. The way he's crashing offensive boards, mixing things up on the defensive end, muddying things up, I thought it's been absolutely incredible. Just the demeanor that he brings to the floor, the toughness that he brings is great. And in saying that, I don't think offensively we have found him shots yet. And, we know how capable he is of stretching the floor, and we haven't even done a good job of finding that yet. And so for him to still be having the impact that he's having is huge, because as we continue to settle into our offense and find the rhythm on that side of the ball, he's going to get more open shots. And, when he get those open looks, we know he can and will knock them down. So I don't even think we've been able to really see that part of his game yet, and that's encouraging.